Welcome back to Building and Beauty. In case you're new here, we are tackling an extreme living room makeover at my parents' house. I'm so excited to show you guys what we have in store for you today.
Before we dive into today's video, I wanted to take a second to share one of my new absolute favorite household upgrades with you. Between work, family, and everything in between, mowing the lawn always felt like one of those time-sucking chores I just didn't have the energy for. But ever since we got the Anthbot Genie, a smart robotic lawnmower, our weekends have seriously changed for the better. The first thing that blew me away is how intelligent this mower actually is. It uses high precision GPS combined with AI visual navigation to actually map out your yard. It's crazy, no wires, no hassle, it just figures it out. I had it fully set up and running in about 8 minutes, which is pretty fantastic for something this advanced. It walks you through everything step by step, so even if you're not super techie, you'll have it up and running in no time. So simple. And once it's going, it does everything on its own. It's built to handle real world stuff. It avoids our pets, it avoids people, toys, garden beds, you name it. It even handles slopes and uneven grounds like a pro. If it starts raining, it'll automatically head back to the charging station on its own until it's clear. That is crazy. And speaking of charging, when the battery runs slow, it simply finds its way back to charge itself and then picks right back up where it left off, like magic. I have to say, my favorite feature is that it's ultra quiet. You don't even realize it's running. Everything is controlled through the app. So zone management, no-go areas, mowing schedules, and even more. It gives you full control without you having to even step outside if you don't want to. I just love that I don't have to think about the lawn anymore, and it always stays looking fresh. So if you're like me and you want your yard looking sharp without losing your entire Saturday to get it, definitely check out the Anthbot Genie. I'll drop a link below so you can see all the details and grab one for yourself. It's been a total game changer for us, and I think you'll love it too. Thanks so much to Anthbot for sponsoring this portion of today's video.
So we have already completely demoed this space, and in last week's episode, we worked on rebuilding the step that comes down into this room. And where I left off with you guys was trying to find a stain that I liked for this space. And I wanted the step to be black. I wanted it to be super dark, ultra black. And that's actually something that's pretty hard to achieve with stains. So I shared with you guys, I was trying 2 different options. Ultimately, I just decided I didn't like both. So I went back to the drawing board, did a bunch of research, and I found Rubio Monocoat. I was able to get my hands on some, and you guys, it is black. It is so black. This is exactly what I was looking for. This is just my test piece. I didn't actually even get it all in the grain here, but it was enough for me to just see that this is exactly what I wanted. So let's get staining. I'm so excited to see how this turns out. So different than what I'm used to. This is actually a water-based stain. I don't know what it is. It's like their own formula, their own unique thing, and it's actually meant to be really durable for floors. I'm starting with the Pre-Color Easy in the shade Intense Black, and then this has to cure for like 12 hours, and then I'm gonna go in with their Oil Plus 2C in the shade Black, and I also have the hardener with it, and this is gonna be a really durable, protective layer. I told you guys in the last episode, I wanted something extremely durable because, as you guys know, we have a huge family. There's a lot of traffic in this house, a lot of foot traffic, and this is definitely a high traffic area. So I'm really excited to see how this works out. I mean, it's pretty much just buffing right in.
Buffing right in. Should I keep this wet then?
Yeah.
Gently wipe.
Gently.
Wipe and buff.
Wipe, buff, buff, then wipe.
Come on, boss up. Come on, boss up. Come on, boss up. Never been down on my luck. Boss up. Come on, boss up. Come on, boss up. Come on, boss up. Never been down on my luck.
So So the first part of the staining process turned out amazing. I love the black. It's exactly what I was looking for. I will say one little piece of information I want to share with you guys that I find important is where I filled the nail holes, you can see a little bit of excess, like area around the nail hole from the wood filler. I sanded that really, really, really well. So I'm not sure why that still showed. It might be just something with the stain. It's something that I know is there, but it's something that other people who just look at the stairs, they're never gonna notice. I'm just hypercritical like that. So I will say I would, on a future project, like to do probably a little bit more testing on different types of wood filler and how the stain reacts to that. But overall, I'm very impressed. We're about to move to the next step, which is applying the Rubio Monocoat Oil Plus 2C. And this is going to seal the floors in a really amazing way. It's actually a two-part system. There's an accelerator, which is gonna help accelerate the drying time. Otherwise, without the accelerator, the drying time is pretty long from what I remember. I can't give you an exact time frame, but it was excessive is what I remember. So definitely want it to cure quickly. So I'm using the accelerator. We're gonna get this mixed up and apply it. I also have it in the shade black, which I think is just going to overall enhance the look that I'm going for. Quickly just did a test piece. I always recommend doing that. And it's perfect. It is stunning. You can see that it kind of gives it a really pretty satin finish to it and fills in any extra grain, Oh, it's amazing.
It's beautiful.
Exactly what I wanted. Love it.
On your life, yeah, every little thing they say makes me wanna die a little more for you. Yeah, they try to pull us away. All they do is pushing me closer and closer to you. Let 'em talk. It will never stop, never stop. Let 'em talk. I get the feeling we'll never stop.
The sealer turned out amazing. I am obsessed. And I have to say now at this point, it's looking like it actually covered up my nail holes better. So if it continues to dry the way that it looks right now, then that's gonna be no problem. So I definitely wanted to address that with you guys. If you're doing this, maybe it's not as big of a concern. It looks great. So the next thing I'm gonna do is I bought some little cove molding. It's just super, super small. And I have the tiniest gap in between the backer of the stairs and the actual tread. So I'm gonna put a little piece of this molding there just to conceal that. I didn't want to caulk it because there's just a lot of movement, with stepping on the stairs and things like that. And I just think that caulk will be a pain over time. So I think this will be a prettier and more durable long-term solution.
I'm a cool pot of water about to burn you. Keep my chill till I'm hot, then it hurts you. Unpredictable, yo. Don't know when the whistle gon' blow. Drew a line in the sand, better step up. Toe to toe with the queen, don't you let up. Unpredictable, yo. Don't know when the whistle gon' blow. Let me clarify. The world ain't standing by. Got no excuse, go find your groove. It's time to make a new move. Not gonna wait to cut you loose. It all starts now. It all starts now. So hold it steady. Oh, are you ready? It all starts now. It all starts now.
Sometimes I buy a tool on a whim and it doesn't come in handy for a long time. And then the one day that it does, I'm like, that's why I bought that tool, Might have taken me 2 years to finally use it, but for once, it came in handy. So if you haven't seen these shears before, I don't know if I've talked about them on my channel. I don't actually normally like them because I originally bought them to cut PVC trim, specifically really tiny trim like this, because if you have any experience with putting this on a miter saw, you know exactly what I'm talking about. What tends to happen is this tiny piece of trim, it's so small that the miter saw likes to, it's cutting hard and fast, and it will cut and sometimes like pull the board up with it, or it goes flying, or it doesn't give you a nice clean cut. It's just on these little tiny pieces of trim. So what's great about these is you have two, you've got your 45-degree angles and of course a 90-degree angle. And so you just line up your trim right here. I'll show you guys. And you just keep it straight and you just give it a little squeeze. And now we have a nice clean 45. I'm glad I bought these 2 years ago. Finally, they came in handy. So if you've been wondering what my plan is to cover up the plywood bases that we built for the step, now I'm going to reveal the answer to you. I know in my last video you guys had lots of questions. Of course I'm not gonna leave it that way. So I actually have 1x8s that I'm going to paint white, and then we are going to cut them down and get them installed. I think it's gonna look super nice, and I'm excited to see how the black and white step is going to eventually coordinate with our black and white checker floors in this space. So, what do we want to do?
I'm thinking we get the 45s looking good.
Okay.
And then we nail from the 45 up.
Okay. That's as tight as I can go right there.
Right, and are we in the corner?
Yes.
Sweet.
Take this one. You know what I'd like to do?
Let's get that piece measured out.
Yeah. And then I'll get that 45. 11 1/4.
You got it in?
We got it. But now I need a shim behind there. So currently these boards are not matching up right here perfectly because it's a butt joint. So what I'm gonna do is actually just put a little shim back here. And thanks, Trey.
You got a cardboard for the shim?
Sweet, thank you, Trey. And I'm just going to, that should be pretty close. I'm gonna put a little shim back here. And let's see.
These steps are amazing.
Thank you, Trey. Oh, perfect. Maybe a sliver more. Okay, one more time, Mark.
One more time?
One more time. I'm gonna need about this much more thickness. Can't really just slide that back there. Okay, excellent. That is perfect.
Excellent.
Excellent.
Now I just gotta shim this up.
Now it's not all the way to the top, so we are going to not lose that shim. So I just put back there. Oh, I think I got it. Oh, I got it. Slay. Okay.
I just gotta bring my side up.
Okay. Yeah. So that looks good.
Slap it in.
Thank you, Trey.
Can you do it?
You got
Heavy,
it?
huh?
Yeah. He's got the muscles. Perfect. I wonder if I need a shim. Hand me some of those shims. Thanks, Trey. Perfect, thank you. Okay, let's see what we got going on here. Yeah, so we are gonna
come out.
Okay, Trey. See how, look at this. See how this board is like that?
See how it's wiggling?
See, it's wiggling. So Mark's gonna hold it up right where we want it. And You're gonna bring
Out.
it out. Yeah.
Strong, Kylie. A little bit more. Nice.
And if I bring this up,
You see underneath that? The James?
that is that.
That's a,
That's me
Doesn't that
holding.
look good, Trey? You
it's
see
a
it?
big gap though.
Yeah. Sometimes that's how wood is, Trey.
That's how concrete is.
Yeah, concrete's the worst.
It's like the most unevenest thing.
Yeah. Okay. All right, you guys, I'm gonna end today's video here. Our progress this week was definitely slower than what I would have hoped for, but I will say that the stairs were definitely one of the harder parts of this project. So I'm really glad that we can kind of put this step behind us and they look so beautiful, and I'm so happy with the way that the black stain turned out and the way that everything's coming together so far. Please be sure to subscribe and join me for next week's video as we work on repairing the flooring in the dining room, working on drywall, and starting tile. I am so excited to get started on that. I hope you guys enjoyed this video. Thank you so much for being here. Drop a comment. I would love to hear from you, and I will see you in the next one. Bye!